They might be thinking, okay, this fire that's going on in California, the fire that went on in Hawaii, this major snow system that, came down on the East Coast, all right? Floods and earthquakes never before seen, drought never before seen. Are you telling me that God really gave power onto these people to be able to do these things? Okay, and you look at the fire in Hawaii. Okay, I mean, people were talking about space lasers being used, fire being called from heaven. Look at the nuclear weapon. Okay, devastating, be able to take out whole states, whole cities, whole countries. Okay, yes, the answer is yes. Okay, the wicked elite of this world. Okay, those who really run the show in the background, they are given power. Okay, they're given power just so God could show his power in the end. Okay, so when you see these fires going on and all these things, I mean, you could look into it and question, okay, well, where did it come from? Who gains who benefits from these type of situations? But at the end of the day, I mean, the Most High God is always in control. Okay, not only that, he's always in control, but he allows, like I said, the wicked elite of this world to have power to execute these certain things. So the answer is yes, they do have the power given by God. Okay, they have the power of fire. Okay, you see these hurricanes, man, making 360 U-turns. Okay, you've seen these earthquakes pinpointed in a particular location, thousands of earthquakes at a time. Okay, you see the floods never before seen, weather manipulation. All these things are power given unto this ruler, or the wicked elite. Okay, and you know who I'm talking about. See what I'm saying? So don't marvel at the things like that, all right? Because God, he ultimately did that to show his power in the end. And the power of his son, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, could have will called Jesus Christ, And that's basically the point of it. And we're going to look at some scriptures to see how he also did that in the past, okay? This is Exodus chapter 8, right? Let's start at verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, Go unto Pharaoh, and say unto him, Thus saith the Lord, Let my people go, that they may serve me. And if thou refuse to let them go, behold, I will smite all thy borders with frogs, and the river shall bring forth frogs abundantly, which shall go up into thy house and into thy bedchamber, upon thy bed, and upon thy house of thy servants, and upon thy people, into thy ovens, and into thy nether. And the frogs shall come forth both upon thee and upon thy people and upon all thy servants. And the Lord Yahweh spoke unto Moses, Say unto Aaron, Stretch forth thy hand with thy rod over the streams, over the rivers, and over the ponds, to cause the frogs to go and come upon the land of Egypt. And Aaron stretched forth his hand over the waters of Egypt, and the frogs came up and covered the land of Egypt. And the magicians, the magicians, okay, the people who the Pharaoh had employed, okay, for whatever reason, as magicians, okay. Like I said, they had power, they have enchantments, they have potions. The Lord gave them power. All right, that's the power that they had. Okay, Egypt was the height of world dominance at the time. Okay, there's no nation on the earth at that time that was competing with Egypt. The same thing was going on in these times with the modern day revised Roman Empire. No nation is competing. Whether or not you see the spiritual manipulation and things that they do in the background, I'm telling you, they are doing that, and they have magicians as well. Okay. But at the time, the magicians here, what they were doing, they were mimicking what the Lord was doing as well. Okay? And the magicians did so with their enchantments and brought forth frogs out of the land of Egypt. So the same thing, the same power that the Lord executed upon the land of Egypt is the same power that the Egyptians had. You see what I'm saying? We're going to keep going. But that's the point I'm trying to make, is that, yes, the wicked elite of this world do have power that may be similar on what the Lord can do. The Lord could bring fire, death, and destruction. The wicked elite could bring fire, death, and destruction. The Lord could cause earthquakes. The wicked elite, they have the power to do that as well. Okay? But up to a certain point, as we'll keep going. Okay? And Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron and said, Entreat the Lord Yahweh that he may take away the frogs from me and from my people, and I will let the people go, that they may do sacrifice unto the Lord. And Moses said unto Pharaoh, Glory over me, when shall I entreat for thee, and for thy servants, and for thy people, to destroy the frogs from thee, and from thy house, that they may return in the river only? And he said, Tomorrow. And he said, Be it according to thy word, that thou mayest know that there is none like unto the Lord Yahweh our God. And the frogs shall depart from thee, and from thy houses, and from thy servants, and from thy people, and shall remain in the river only. And Moses and Aaron went out from Pharaoh, and Moses cried unto the Lord because of the frogs which he had brought against Pharaoh. And the Lord did according to the word of Moses. And the frogs died out of the houses, and out of the villages, and out of the fields, And they gathered them together upon heaps, and the land stank. But when Pharaoh saw that there was respite, he hardened his heart and hearkened not unto them, as the Lord had said. And the Lord said unto Moses, say unto Aaron, stretch out that rod and smite the dust of the land, that it may become lice throughout the land of Egypt. Right? And it did so. For Aaron stretched out his hand with his rod and smote the dust of the earth, and it became lice in man and in beasts. All the dust of the land became lice throughout all the land of Egypt. Okay, here's the point. Okay, if you're still here. And the magicians did so with their enchantments to bring forth lice, but they could not. So they were lice upon man and upon beasts. Then the magician said unto Pharaoh, this is the finger of God. And Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he hearkened not unto them, as the Lord said. Okay, so it came to a point, man. Okay, the magicians were able to mimic a few of the miracles done, as you see right here, man. They were able to turn their rods into snakes. They were able to cause the frogs to appear, and as well as to turn the water into blood. All right, they were able to do certain things. Okay, that the Lord did. Okay, so when you see the wickedness of this world, they were able to call fire from heaven. Okay, you see with your bombs and missiles and space lasers. Okay, they're able to cause earthquakes, just like the Lord is doing. Okay, and floods, just like the Lord's do, and guide hurricanes and storms, just like the Lord does. All right, but it's going to come a point. Okay, as you saw what happened in the land of Egypt, when the magician was like, oh man, hold on, that's not, damn, we can't do that. We can't do that. What's going on? And same thing is going to happen to the wickedly of this world, man. It's going to come to a point where they're going to call up their buddies like, wait, who did you press the earthquake button? Was that you? No, man, that wasn't me, man. What's going on? Did you do that, mega hurricane? No, that wasn't me. What's going on? It's going to come a point in time where they can't mimic the power of God, all right? Ultimately, resulting in the return of his only begotten son, right? Who's coming to set the captives free and let his people go. That time is going to come, right? So they could do all the fire and all the floods and all that stuff now. Go ahead, live it up, man. Okay, but they can't, at the end of the day, they won't be able to compete with the true power of God. And that devil is going to be casted down into the earth, into the worm that he always was. You see what I'm saying? That's coming, man. That day is going to come. But I would bring them, this is 2 Ezra 15:11, but I would bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched forth arm, and would smite Egypt with plagues as before, and would destroy all the land thereof. Okay, so like I said, the same thing that happened back in Egypt is going to happen again. Those plagues are coming. Okay, so this isn't talking about ancient Egypt. This is talking about modern day Egypt, okay, which we are in now. You see what I'm saying? So the Lord is going to bring those plagues, man. Okay, the wickedly of the world have their enterprise. They're trying to do their depopulation. They're trying to do their, mind control. They say humans are hackable. Okay, they're trying to implement those biometric systems and control your thoughts and control your, how you live your life and how you function. Okay, and they may think that they could establish an enterprise, but God is going to upset them. Okay, they think they have all power and all control, but it's going to come a time where they can't compete with God's power, as we saw in Egypt with those plagues. You see what I'm saying? That's why I want to be on the Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai's side. All right, I'm trying to be on his side, because the Egypt can't compete with God. They could try as all they want with their weather manipulation and terrain manipulation, earthquakes, and they could try, but ultimately they won't be able to compete. Exodus 9:16, and in very deed for this cause have I raised thee up, for to show in thee my power, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth. All right, so that's the reason why the Lord raised up Egypt and gave them all that power, gave them the magicians, okay, via the left-hand side, okay, the left host of heaven, the angels who are given the mission to basically be evil, okay, to raise up these people. And it might not even be the left-hand angels, okay, because they were basically given the knowledge of certain magics and technology at that time. So who knows, okay? But the God, for not to get off point, God does have a left and a right host of heaven whose mission is to do particular things, okay? Whether that be to save you so that you don't dash your foot against the stone, or whether that to be on the left-hand side to whisper something to deceive you, to lead you down the path, okay? As we seen in scriptures as well. Okay, but this is the reason why God has raised up Egypt, and this is the reason why He raised up this Egypt for the same cause, and the same reason why He gave them power. Okay, in the height of their pride, He's going to bring them down. Okay, and see that. Let's see what else we got going on. Jeremiah 30:7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even a time of Jacob's trouble, but He shall save thee out of it. Okay. Like I said, man, the devil's gonna think he could establish his enterprise. He's gonna have power. He's gonna bring the floods. Okay, he's gonna guide the hurricanes. He's gonna do weather manipulation. A lot of people's gonna die. He's gonna bring the robot dogs and all these things. I mean, God has given him power. Okay, but He is gonna save us out of it. What we gotta do? Have faith, have trust in His only begotten Son. Right? Believe on Him. Okay, keep the commandments to the best of our ability. Love one another. Love, hope, faith. Okay, these are the things that we're supposed to be doing, man. Being sincere of spirit. So these are the things we're supposed to be doing. The Lord is going to save us out of it. Okay, the wicked elite of this world think they have ultimate power, but God is going to upset them. All right. Job 5:12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. Okay, like I said before, man, the height of their pride and the height when they have everybody, basketball jump shot up, and the height of when they got everybody given that chip, okay, biometrics and all that. So when they could track your thoughts and and all these things with the brain implants, and the height of their enterprise, when they got the Earth population brought down to 500,000. Okay, when they got all these countries subdued and under one world government, then the Lord is going to disappoint them. Okay, they can't perform their enterprise. They're gonna be like, what's going on? This is you? It's not me. This is you. The Lord's gonna come back with chariots of fire, man. Something that they cannot compete with, as we saw with Egypt. All right, they won't be able to compete. They're gonna be like, this is God. This is God for real. Okay, for those who aren't in the know, this is God for real, and we're doomed. You see what I'm saying? Matthew 24:22. And except those days be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, man, not to take a negative turn, for those in the back, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of death, a lot of destruction is on the way. Okay? And like I said, we have faith. The Most High God, Yahweh,